Hello there, welcome back to a new video on SoulWorker with Clavey, or Clave. When I created it I thought Clavey, but it's more like Claire, so let's do Clave. I don't know, maybe I'll do both, who knows. Last time we left that, we tried to use an helicopter that Squall gave us, and it exploded. So now we're going to let us explode together with Big Plastica. A really great plan. Oh shit. I think I forgot something in the deposit. Oh well. Yeah, in style, with explosions. Yeah, crackling fire. Oh yeah, since it's the mission I have to do this. I have to get this a little bit down. Yes. Don't hit me. Nice. Alright. Oh yeah, I got some Akasha cards from my other characters. I think they're working pretty well. I just don't see the extra text bit from Doc Gauntulus. This one, the F3. It's like, yes, I see it going a little bit faster, but I still feel like it's not enough. Also, I just unlocked this skill and I don't know, I don't really like it. I like more the drill, don't know why. Maybe because I can actually feel the damage there. Like with the drill on number 5, it goes ta 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 ta. It's really low damage, but I can see it going down. With 6 I shoot, and even I know that's like 10 times the drill, I still don't feel the damage going. No, it bothers me, it bothers me. See, it's like I didn't feel doing damage with that. Instead, now I do this. I mean, no, not the drill. Okay, now I do the drill. Ta -ta 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 -ta. See? I actually feel it. So close to 3-3. Oh well. Oh, fuck. I actually saw the secret mission, but didn't think of it. Hey, Iris! I know that face. Were you frightened? The road here was extremely difficult for me too. I ran as fast as I could. I got a present for you. I heard that the operation is very dangerous, is that right? Well, I do have to throw myself the gigantic bomb after all. And if I ask you not to go? Do you think I'd want responsibility for all those who die if I didn't go? I see. So I guess I can't stop you then. If that's the case, I'd better support you instead. So this is a highly effective GPS. The pilots of the transporter need to know your position, otherwise they'll jump off the wrong place. I bought it with my own salary and I hope that it helps. Otherwise it would have been a huge waste of my money. Good. Things are about to get dangerous here. Don't look back and return straight to the village. You worry so much about me, but you don't seem to care at all about yourself. Well, be that as it may. Yeah, I kinda don't care if I live or die. Oh, and by the way, if you feel like the audio is lacking, like why is it so low on certain things, like it is because I had to extremely reduce the bass in my sound card. I went to the options, I equalized a bit, and now it's really how can I say it? Flat. It's a really flat sound. But I made it so because otherwise it wouldn't be so bassy. You wouldn't hear neither me nor the game. So I had to do it. Oh yeah, big Plastica just pushes me off every fucking time. I hate it. So let's straight him. Ooh, we jumped a little bit too much. And we explode right now. Oh, so cute. Oh yeah, I forgot. Recently I've been playing with music, so I just put this really down. This is what it should be. Sorry guys. I'm back. You're looking serious. Were you worried? Worried? This is rage! What the hell is that? Did you think that the SoulWorker you'd be able to handle such an explosion? When you saw that the plan wasn't working, you should have just fled. You know how people will feel if you sacrificed yourself for them? It's a big shock for everyone. Well, even though I asked you so emphatically not to risk your life and not to go over the top. I really have nothing to say about that. Thank goodness you're okay. Being mad at someone who just risked their life to save the village is just not normal. I'm sorry, I was probably too selfish. Alright, I can understand that you're worried if I just risk my life like that. Really, you gave everyone a huge shock! Why did you do it? Did you want to die? I was 100% certain that I'd survive, but I really let my heart do my thinking for me. Well then! What then? I told you already. Right after I was made Soul Forcer and fell out of the Great Void, I treated someone instinctively, as though it were a matter of course. And it was just as clear to me that I would join the Seriforce League and start helping people. With a strange Soul Forcer calling that I just couldn't escape. That's how it is for me. Yeah, right. Everyone who wasn't Great Void can use the Soul Force as if they've been doing it their whole lives. And it's just as natural for them to help others. They consider their role as heroes to be a bit strange, but as the world has become so dangerous they just accept it. And the longer they were in the Great Void, the worse it is. What I mean to say is, do you mean that something happened while we were in the Great Void? Well, you were in the Great Void for the longest. When I saw you, I felt as if we Soul Forces had received an order from someone. Something that told us what we had to do. What is that supposed to mean? As a human being, helping other humans is a matter, of course. The creator of the Seriforce League is to help humanity. Challenging that means challenging our very existence. I still don't like hearing that sort of thing. I was just able to escape my prison and thought I was free again. If it turns out now that I have to take orders from someone... Oh no, don't worry about that. But Tommy is waiting over there. Talk to him. He was very worried about you. There you are. Well done. I knew you could do it. But why did you do it? Sure, the guys from the NED made a mistake, but... Well, I don't really know. What's that supposed to mean? What don't you know? I thought it was perfectly natural to save people and fought without thinking. But since I talked with Miriam before, I have the feeling that something is wrong with me. The members of the SFL usually have a very strong sense of justice, so I didn't think anybody would have thought about it. Maybe I shouldn't say this as a member of the NED, but I think your actions definitely have a reason. I don't think anything gives a greater sense of powerlessness than having the strength but not being able to use it to save people who are dying right in front of you. Is that so? It may sound impertinent, but you, of all people, should believe that. If you lose your reason for fighting, then we'll probably have to leave Rook Town. Yeah? I don't know the reason, but saving people is what I want to do. No one has ordered me to do it, no one is forcing me to do it, and that justifies my actions. Yes, a born hero, that's it! I'll keep an eye on you and cheer you on. Oh, Mr. Four Eyes from the SFL. Stop gawking and come here if you want to talk to me. It's nothing important, send her over when you're done. We're done, I have nothing else to say, go over there. I've already heard a lot. No matter, thanks to you, the village is safe. That's all that matters, you did really well. The villagers all praise you for your successes, but you seem to be introspective. Did conversation with Miriam get you thinking that much? No? After talking to Tommy, I decided not to think about it anymore. I'm not really the pensive type. I hope you understand that. Miriam has her reasons. Have you ever heard about the man who Miriam saved right after she fell from the Great Void? Nothing specific. He was a SoulWorker too. A SoulWorker? A colleague, so to speak? Just like you, he risked his life for humanity without even stopping to think about it. He had an incredibly strong sense of justice. If Big Plastica had been around then, he probably would have run headlong to battle and been devoured by the explosion. Where is he now? I'd like to go into battle with him and become his friend. Ha! An adventure like that would be fun. He's dead! One day he switched his allegiance to the Bashai and fomented an uprising. He was tried and wait. Oh shit! He was tried and executed for it. Miriam had a really close relationship to him and was accused as well. It cost her a lot of effort and heartache to beat the charge against her, by cursing him, criticizing him, and finally betraying him. He, who had protected her, looked after her and also smiled at her. She still can't forget him, and she will never forgive herself for betraying him. She'd better avoid bringing up the subject. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but I've often pressured her to tell me something about him. I should have told you earlier, don't beat yourself up about it. Indeed, Miriam herself avoided mentioning him. The fact that your deeds are so similar seems to confuse her. I have nothing more to say right now, please go to Major Benji. Got it. As you said, I'll be careful when I talk to Miriam. Don't worry, maybe Miriam will change too. She'll have to choose that all on her own. Yeah, I interrupted myself there because I don't remember actually ever reading about what her boyfriend was. I never got that specific into the story. I mean, I tried Aru, Erwin, and Lily's story. None of these three I actually read about that. Or I don't remember reading about that. There you are. I've been waiting for you. Are you hurt? Yes, I'm alright. Don't worry. Apparently, you've been talking a lot with Wilbur and Miriam. Don't think about it too much and do what you like. That is all I can tell you. I know. I don't worry all that much about it either. In any case, you did great work this time. Those of us in the Lack Force will always remember your achievements. If you think it's okay like that, then take care of it. We'll keep an eye on it. But no matter what I do, you must stop me from doing what I want to do. That's enough for me. Yes, if you want to work on behalf of humanity, it doesn't matter, but if that changes, we will stand in your way. Now that phrase, I remember seeing it already, and now I know what it's referring to. Fuck, that's actually great, knowing what they're talking about. Don't worry, I'm not planning on suddenly converting to the dark side and leaving humanity in the lurch. If that's the case, you shouldn't risk your life, and can't give you any other advice. While you were dealing with Big Plastica in our square, other mannequins made it all the way to Rook Town. Thank goodness there weren't very many, and we defeated them without any losses. They behaved very differently to the mannequins in our square. Are the mannequins? Maybe they're a bit cute at this time? Unfortunately, they're even more disgusting. Oh well, I'll smash them all to pieces. One way or another, we're now assuming that there is a second troop of mannequins. We've already begun searching. We couldn't find anything of note. To be precise, we didn't find anything at all. There are unfamiliar rays coming from the area. They block both the satellite scan and simple communications. We sent a search party to look at the site, but they haven't returned yet. They obviously ran into a problem. Please go to the area in question and find out what happened. A simple check shouldn't be too difficult. Turn back immediately if it gets too dangerous. In the meantime, we'll look for another solution. From this moment on, all communications gear in Ruku Town will be disabled. I will use all the energy to set up a communication network between you and the operator. Please hurry. Don't forget that the search party and the collection of information have priority.
제2인형부대 육안으로 식별 가능. 선멸전에 돌입해주세요. 몸의 감각이 둔해지는 느낌이 드는데 저 보석들이 문제인가?
Damn, you're smart, girl. Damn, they do damage. I really need to change armor whenever I can. Oh yeah, you. The meat cleaver. Nope. Well, yes, the compenetration 2 counts as damage. Yes! That didn't really sound that good.
잠깐만, 이 인형들 설마 반응이 뭔가 사람입니다. 이 인형들 사람이에요. 간다. 역시 그런 건가? 그 정신 나간 광대가 드디어 정도를 지나쳤건. 선발대의 가능성이 있습니다. 조사해 주세요.
A petrified human. A glittering blue jewel is embedded in it. A mannequin. It only has the shape of a person. Simply frozen. I don't like this. That's a green sight. Is that a blue gemstone in his body? I'd rather not touch it, it looks dangerous. And you know me, Queen. What the fuck of name is that? Good thing it just doesn't care. Nope. Nope. Thank you very much. Nope. Boom! That's Michael Bay. Are you here again? The situation has already been forwarded to the operator. A gigantic tower and people who are turned to stone. problem upon problem. I heard we just received the analysis of the race from headquarters. They seem to have had something to do with those humans that returned to stone. Tell me what's causing them. I'll deal with it. You can't hold yourself back when people are in danger, can you? Sione got to report. It's probably best if we get the doctor's opinion on this. People seem to be turning to stone. What a catastrophe. There you are. I've already heard. It's been a while. Have you sorted out your thoughts? Yes. I should act like an adult. I'm sorry I took things out on you with no reason. You're not to blame. It probably never would have occurred to me if you hadn't been annoyed and told me. I didn't behave properly either. Well, this is really embarrassing, isn't it? Don't you want to tell me about the incident? Okay, agreed. First, a summary of the report. The present wavelength is identical to the one emanating from the Sanctum Stone. Sanctum Stone? What's that? It's Bashai resource. Since you've been away for 15 years, it's no wonder you don't know it, Iris. The Sanctum Stone is a giant rock from which Bashai draw the energy. Normally it emits radiations and provides its surrounding area with energy. These electromagnetic waves are only fatal to humans, and when touched by them turns to stone and ultimately will cease breathing. The theory behind this is relatively basic. First, the person's blood hardens so that it can no longer move. The hardened blood is then touched by another electromagnetic wave, the body petrifies. Shortly after petrification commences, the human is human no more. From purely biological standpoint, there is nothing left to indicate that the body was human. That's really absurd. Isn't there any way to do something about it? There is one possible defense, but of course not in this backwater. But luckily the enemy just doesn't seem to want to spread the radiation. The petrified bodies have sanctum stones embedded in them. That must be what turned them into mannequins. It may be that the sanctum stones animate inanimate objects. That is to say, the enemy is trying to expand its army of mannequins instead of expanding the range of radiation. That's why we have to come up with some way to combat them. That's the objective. That's all this report says. I guess I don't need to tell you what kind of work awaits us. We destroy everything enough to make them tell us why they did it. Those that don't want to obey will be punished. Please report this matter to Major Benji. Oh, and one more thing. Voy is pretty tense. He's bursting with curiosity and wants to know what's going on here. It doesn't have anything to do with the SFL, but we should let him know as precaution. There you are. What is going on in Rooktown? When people die, they become very hard and then turn into mannequins. The people are petrified and turn into mannequins? Anyone touched by the race is soon unable to move and they turn into mannequin. Why? How strange. We've recently seen increasing people with physical ailments in Rooktown. Nothing we tried has worked. I was at my wit's end. Luckily we weren't hit so hard. What matters now is that the symptoms of people affected are worsening. We don't know where the radiation comes from, but it's having a definitive effect on Rooktown. Soon it's going to affect all the residents of the city zone too. It's a sickness. A sickness that spreads evil. I guess you're going to deal with it, right? Okay. In that case, please go see Benji and tell him this. Even though the radiation is weak, evil is brewing. The longer we wait, the worse it'll get. I understand that the situation is critical. I'll let them know. Even if we remove the cause of the symptoms, we don't know what will happen. It's possible that electric waves accumulate in the human body. So you have to hurry. I heard you report that people in Rooktown have turned to stone? Does that mean the radiation extends all the way into Rooktown? If we do nothing, just let this happen, Rooktown will turn into a mannequin city. Good, then there's no time to waste. We discovered that the radiation appears in specific locations simultaneously. It's possible that something like a transmitter is there. Our biggest problem is the tower, but we can't do anything about it right now. We have to destroy the transmitter first. Would I remain unarmed? I don't want to turn to stone too. Strangely, you don't have to think about that. How can you be so certain? Soul forces are immune to most illnesses. The radiation and the petrification are terrible for sure, but they change the cells the same way illnesses do. That's why SoulWorkers especially shouldn't have any problem with them. We tried it out with Soul Force Wheelbus, there's no doubt. Wait. Poor Wilbur. That's right, I didn't have any trouble last time either. I'll be back shortly. The radiation might be harmless to you, but the mannequins still pose a risk. Retreat immediately if anything happens. Alright. Ah, fuck, my head hurts. Yeah, as I thought, I have no more time. So, we just have to go back to the Tower of Greed whenever we can. But for now, I'll have to rest a minute. So, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.